Super rare Battle Cats tier list. No limited editions, just the regular super rares. Let's go off in order. Okay. I think I actually have to. I'm gonna grab my phone. Look at these cats' names because I just forget them nowadays. Let me open it quickly. While it's opening, let me think of your name. What is your name? Olympic medalist cat? That's what I'm gonna say your name is. When you first came out, I thought you were kind of bad, because usually when I see the attribute of a long range in a cat, I usually think it's not that good. There's very few long range cats that I think that are very good enough, are good enough to like use a lot of the time. Is Dragon Cat considered long range? Does this have an attribute? Let me look really quickly. Uh, he is considered only a single for his ability. Yeah, it doesn't count as long range. A lot of the long range cats I don't really like. I can make a tier list about that, about abilities, so I won't go too in depth about why long range cats usually not that good. There's very few that are good. Okay, but you're actually really, really, really good. So this is before um where they updated the game to where she has her new true form. I don't know what update that is, but it came out a while ago. But I would consider it recent for the amount of time that I've been playing. I would put you in S or A, bottom tier S or around top A. It's like Paris Cat, but like a little longer range, but not as good. It's like it's like a substitution for it. You're really good. The only thing keeping me from putting you in S is that you have a slightly shorter range than Paris Cat, or what's the true form called now? Let me look it up. True form Cyborg Cat. Shorter range than Cyborg Cat, but you got longer attack range, if that makes sense. And sometimes you just get killed really easily because of your short range. That's the only thing keeping you from S. I'll put you A, okay. Delinquent Cat? Yeah, Delinquent Cat, or that's his older form, I think, but freezes floating enemies, uh, multiple hits, area attack, decent range, pretty good damage. I'm not gonna base any of these cats off of also having any talents, because a lot of these cats I have talents for upgraded. Uh, and I don't want to really base it off of that. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna base it off of any talents. I would actually say here. Also good against Relic now, right? That's not just the uh, that's not a talent, right? That's his new ability that they added for True Form, right? Yeah, it's good to freeze his relics now. And he can't get cursed. Uh, you wouldn't put him in a regular deck that's not against relics. You could put it in a deck against. You could just keep it in a regular deck actually, because it's good against floating, and floating can be annoying sometimes. Like just like a random bun bun every now and then, or the red bun bun or alien bun bun. I would actually. Uh, I'm thinking about the true form. I'm not like looking keeping it in the second form when I put it up here. I would actually I use you more than you. I think Nymph Cat. Yeah, it's called Nymph Cat. Yeah, that's good. Okay, you're bad. I'm of the opinion that any cat can be useful in the right situation, and if you use them right, obviously, that's kind of an obvious statement, but they're all useful. Your range really sucks. Your damage is really good. Area attack quite nice, and weakening of it's such a weird collection of abilities because you're good against floating because you weaken them, but you also slow floating, and you slow floating, but you have a short range. Isn't that weird? Doesn't that seem kind of weird? Against floating. If it were against red, I wouldn't care as much. If you had that short range against red enemies, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But floating enemies, a lot of them have a long attack range, and if you're getting close up to your face, and you take a lot of knockbacks, you don't have like no knockbacks, so you can actually get a hidden. You get hidden against bun buns and like the mini bun buns, but against like Muth and Owlbrow, you're gonna die. You suck against floating. Your HP is decent. I think it's on the lower side though, so you're not gonna survive against any buffed Brawlos. Okay, you S tier. I use them in almost anything, any cat deck. If I don't know what to put in it, uh, yeah, long range. One of the few good long range cats in my opinion. If not, the best, probably the best. Uh, maybe probably better than Aphrodite because it's just it has slowing against everything except like metal, I believe. And your damage isn't as good as Aphrodite, but it doesn't need to be. All you need is the slowing effect, and you're gonna wreck those enemies. Okay, you S tier, Fish Cat. Fish Cat, you have really short range, but that's not a problem because you attack quite fast. Unlike you, your attack is decent speed, but the difference between these two cats is that this cat will definitely get a hidden before they die, and even if they only get one hit, you're still gonna do a lot of damage because it has massive damage. So it's okay if it dies after one attack, unlike you. If you do one attack, it's not gonna be that good. You're just gonna die. And his base damage is really good. Oh, mine's quite the high level. Does like I'm gonna guess 20,000 damage, something like that. But 20,000 base damage is really good, especially since it has massive damage. That's just really good against almost guaranteed to get like a knockback on Bun Bun unless they're super buffed. It helps knocking Bun Bun back a lot. Really good against everything Muth. Brawl, like I said, it will get a hidden before it dies because it's so fast. Really good cat. I even use him in floor 30 because he's so good. I use him for a cat combo, and he might get a hidden on the Dark Doge or the Angelic Doge. I think he's on a level, or was it the Red Snake? Well, there's definitely Dark Doge, very useful. Uh, Bath Cat, luxurious Bath Cat. You're kind of a C. Its powers seem really good when you read it. I just don't use them that much. They're probably B or A. If you use them a lot, you might be like, oh, you're obviously blind. You don't know what you're talking about. But when I use them, it's okay. There's a bunch more better options against red enemies. Since I would say red enemies or the red anti-red has the most support, I think. You don't really need long range and you attack kind of slowly. When I'm fighting against Cappies, as an example, you'd be really good against Cappies because you have such a short range, but you can just spam a bunch of peons and then just spawn Swordmaster Cats or Prisoner Cat instead. You don't really need to use you. And you'll usually get better damage anyways using those two other cats than you. Mostly your attack speed kind of sucks comparatively to the rest. Okay, you, Octopus Cat, S tier. I don't know where to put you. I would actually put you right here. just from the fact that it's um, stopping wave attacks has helped me more times than I can count in multiple levels, and its resistance against floating helps a lot against bun buns, especially mechanical bun bun. Very good, tanks a lot of hits, uh, amazing HP, not counting the floating, and it doesn't get knocked back like a lot of cats, so it actually like defends your cats. Okay, can cat slows red. I would put it higher if it were counting my talents, because a lot of these I have talents on. I have a talent for slowing aliens, and I got a talent quite a while ago. So much that I kind of forgot that it wasn't like a talent. I just assumed it had alien for a while. I would put you an A. For for when I use them a lot, I would definitely put them in S tier or top tier A. But nowadays, a lot of levels makes it kind of hard to use this cat. A lot of levels are um, very diverse, I would say. Uh, a lot of these new enemies, relic enemies, and what's it? Relic enemies and the new one, Aku enemies. I just feel like a lot of enemies are kind of pushing it back against these types of single units, slow attack guys. And his range is good enough, but not good against relics, I would say. I never use this guy against relics, only against red enemies or aliens. I would put you right there. Applecat. Back then, when I first got his true form, I thought he was like the best cat ever at that time. I had very few true forms back then. I probably only had like 4 true forms, and he was amazing because of his guaranteed slowing red enemies. That was so useful because there was a bunch of red enemies back then in earlier stages of Soul too. I would put you nowadays. I would put you B. That might be kind of low. I might put you bottom tier A. That's fine. Yeah. Okay. I used to think this cat was average just because when I would use it against red enemies that actually did a lot of damage, like Cappy, um, Hanya, uh, what's that? That anteater that's red enemy. What other red enemies are a problem? Those are the only main ones I can think of. Before the true form, also, I thought it was kind of bad. But with his true form, I did a lot of testing with him and levels. And he's really good. A lot of HP, really good HP. I don't use him for the damage. Since it has weakening, that's really, really good also. Especially helps against Cappy, because Cappy's criticals suck a lot. Kill some of your mana quells in one hit when it has a critical. That's really bad when it happens. But if it happens against you when you weaken them, when using Cat, I think. What's your name? Your name is something like that with the R. Yeah, Cat. Yeah, such a good survivability, but not as versatile as these two, I would say. Or I would say you're more versatile than you. Yeah, that seems about right. It's a hard choice. Okay. Juliet Cat freezes angels. I would say you're B. I don't use it that much. Even against angels, I don't use you that much either. Okay, you would be S tier with talents. bottom tier, S tier, or top A tier with talents. Without talents, you don't got shockwaves. You don't got, what else did I put on you? I put some other stuff on you for your talents. I upgraded his wave attack to 10. You don't get any cost downs or the slow ability, but you have really good damage against black enemies like Razorback. If you're putting a bunch of bomber cats to like slow them down, and you just get some pizza cats in there, it's gonna do a bunch of damage. And those survive pretty good against the hackies or tackies, whichever is the black tacky or black looking seahorse thing. You actually survive against them, and you might even get one hit taken and not get knocked back, so you can like push through. So you're really good. And even against anything that's not a black enemy, uh, you have pretty good area attack. I used to use them in their second form as one of my main cat decks, just in most levels, because he has such a good attack. It's kind of like Paris Cat, or where's Paris? Or Cyborg Cat. Is there no Cyborg Cat here? What the heck? Am I blind? Cyborg. No Cyborg Cat. What the heck is going on? Oh wait. This is freaking super rare cats. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? I was talking about, yeah, him. Good, average, like Paris, like Cyborg Cat, except tougher. Not as good, but it's another good type of that cat. I would put you right, right here. Even though you're more versatile than Rogue Cat's just so good against red enemies. I'll put you under there. Okay, now you, Relic. I'll put you at S, right under you. Because it has area attack. Area attack's usually better than single attack when you're doing a very diverse selection of cats and abilities. I usually do area attacks. Good range. Yeah, it's kind of like a worse version of you, kind of. But against relics, you're really good. You'll definitely survive a few hits from those annoying little squirrel guys and those doges. And you'll take a hit from the freaking Bun Buns and the other strong bosses they got for relics. Really good against relics. Against everything else, kind of mediocre. You, okay. The famous, or should I say the infamous cat? What's your name again? I barely use you at all. Cataphone. This is actually one of the few, um, or I got this true form earlier when I played in my time. One of the earlier ones I got. And kind of sucks. Uh, he's not that bad against angels as long as there's not a bunch of those angelic gories pushing you back, or you got some long range enemies giving them support. But your damage kind of sucks, man, and your slow doesn't activate that much at all too. But I might even put you behind, but you have longer range. Eh, you in theory you could just support them with a bunch of shield cats or a bunch of meat shields, but your attack just kind of sucks. For it just feels like a bad cat. Well, I'll put you on above. Actually, I think you're worse a little bit, but you're better against very few amount of enemies, and very specific too. Okay, you S tier, I would say, bottom S tier. Not as good as uh, yeah, not as good as you just because you're so good against floating. You're more versatile against everything else because every attack, kind of like I'm saying, it's like this cat. but cheaper, and I'd say more reliable than you, because you can spawn them more often too. Okay, you against zombies, you're S tier. In the whole scope of the game, you're kind of top tier or top tier uh average. B. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, you. What's your name? Shield breaking against aliens. Kitty of Liberty. Okay. Really good damage for single attack. Decent range. I always use this cat against starred aliens to break the barriers, so it's really good against those cats. But I don't. Even though you're probably decent as like an attack cat, kind of like these two cats right here for damage and stuff, and using it like a main cat deck, I only use you for starred aliens, so really use I wouldn't really I wouldn't really say you're actually like as good as these two cats though. I'll put you just because you're so good against starred aliens. I'm gonna put you right here. That seems fine. That's my tier list, guys. See you later.